Jumbo, fellow adventurer, I'm Mike Dooley. Welcome to another week of spiritual tune-ups. Yesterday was July 4th. I took a day off. I hope you all had a great Monday, no matter what you did with yours. Today's question should be reflective of the week. The week looks to be a week speaking to manifesting, living deliberately, creating consciously. Thoughts become things. Today's question is one that I spoke to about 13 months ago. By the way, there's over 300 spiritual tune-ups. Check them out in the archives on Facebook or Instagram. The question, Mike, if you set a goal and then it does not manifest, do you change the date, the goal, both? Thoughts. Do not mix goals, dreams, with deadlines. Unless they're imposed upon you by your landlord or some external set of facts, which is usually very rare, but it happens, do not mix goals and deadlines. Certainly do not insist that the universe jump through hoops on your time schedule. The universe only knows fast. Let me explain to you the jeopardy that you put yourself in, your confidence in, when you start putting deadlines to your dreams, which the universe already knows ASAP. The now, the eternal now, through which you are watching this video, is a distillation of 8 billion co-creators on planet Earth, and each of them thinking 60,000 thoughts a day. And it's like this funnel. 8 billion people times 60,000 thoughts per day, all going into this funnel. And out the end of the funnel is the eternal now. And we've agreed to live in an eternal now that's shared with 8 billion co-creators. Now, when it comes to your private existence, your joy, your happiness, ultimately long-term, your financial abundance, etc., you're the only one who has a say in those manifestations. But when it comes to all else, living day by day, economies, currencies, supply, demand, fear, optimism, excitement, polarity, all of that goes into the mix. And we've agreed to ride along and share the cumulative effect of all of those thoughts. Now, again, I'm not trying to give your power away. Your power is almighty, even in the onslaught of 8 billion times 60,000 thoughts coming your way. You still can create your own little utopia here on planet Earth. But there's other conditions and requirements, and you have other dreams and desires, fears and blocks. So when you say to the universe, hey, I'd like to have my soulmate by year end, okay? And I want to live happily ever after. The universe is like, soulmate? I got so many to choose for you. You're going to be so happy. We're going to make this happen. But we've got to take into account your other priorities, career, coronavirus, social distancing, vaccines. Your mom is about to get sick. Hey, my mom got sick. May she rest in peace. That was a good number of years ago. But you have a lot of concerns about other people, loves and passions, and all of these get mixed into the eternal now. And so the universe says, I got your soulmate in spades. Oh my gosh, blow your mind. But January 1's not going to work because of the way things are playing out on planet Earth right now. I'm going to need until March 15th. Just 2.5 months after the deadline that you wanted. It's going to be March 15th, and you will live happily ever after. You don't hear that. You're just like, I'm going to do it by year end. The universe loves me. My thoughts become things. You're burning your bridges. You're putting all your eggs in that basket. You're single-mindedly living towards year end. How are you going to feel on January 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5? Defeated, deflated, broken, lost, depressed. And that's going to devastate your anticipation so much that now March 15th is no longer an option. It was a done deal. It was automatic. You have paid your dues. You have suffered and scraped and been dragged through the coals. March 15th was easy peasy, but because you insisted on year end, without regard to all else that you cared about, with all else that you feared, with all else that 8 billion co-creators and currencies and economies and dating websites and all that stuff was promulgating, now March 15th would have been automatic, but you're so deflated and feeling so defeated. Your optimism is in the toilet. Nothing is going to happen for you on March 15th because you came up with an arbitrary deadline and you imposed it on the magic. All thoughts become things through the chaos theory. Have you heard of the chaos theory? Let me read from Wikipedia. A branch of mathematics which studies the behavior of certain dynamical systems, systems in motion, like life. And even though these systems are deterministic, it seems that there's no rhyme or reason for what comes next. And scientists at UC Santa Cruz found chaos in a dripping water faucet. Can you imagine your bathroom sink right now? And you turn the water all the way on, it's gushing. That's not chaos. You turn it to a steady drip, drip, drip. That's not chaos. But you put it in between, and now you have drip, 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 blah, 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 blah. That's a chaotic flow. That is a chaotic flow. It would seem helter-skelter, totally crazy, unpredictable, but here is the big wow. In that chaotic flow of drip, 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 double drip, triple drip, triple drip, double, single, double, symbol, unknowable what comes next, unknowable. Every hour on the hour, exactly the same amount of water is added to the sink below. Even though it's a chaotic flow, the outcome, the end result is deterministic. You just can't know how you're going to get there. All right? The exact same thing is true of all manifestations. All manifestations follow the chaos theory. You cannot know how you're going to get there, but you can still have total confidence in the end result, if you turn it over to divine mind. Now, you might be thinking about when. In the chaotic drip, every hour on the hour it works. It's not the same when there's 8 billion co-creators. You cannot say when, nor can you say how. But that does not mean you can't have total confidence in the end result. If you want a soulmate, travel partner, health and healing, love and romance, fun and laughter, opulence, financial abundance, the universe is like, I can do that. But you cannot insist on how or who or when. You have to turn that over to the chaos principle, the chaos theory, and let the universe have that infinite freedom to determine the bells, the whistles, the who's, the how's, the when's, the where. Okay? So anybody can have anything when it's stated that way. Just don't try to micromanage. Do you know the singer-songwriter, rest in peace, Leonard Cohen? He's got this beautiful stanza. Ring the bells that still can ring. Forget your perfect offering. I mean, do what you can with what you got. Forget about being perfect. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. And it is through the crack of chaos that our thoughts become the things and events of our lives. If there's uncertainty, treasure it. Worship it. It is through uncertainty that the unexpected can happen. If everything was lined up methodically, everything was drip, 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 we would live in a predetermined, destiny-driven world. We don't. We have better. We have a space through which divine intelligence can exceed your wildest expectations. So the question being, If you set a goal and then it does not manifest, do you change the date, the goal, both, or what? Don't change the goal and don't ever put a date to it. The universe only knows fast. If you want to put a deadline on your own contributions, like as a writer, every month I'll write a new chapter of my next book. Every month I'm putting a deadline on me, but I'm not putting a deadline on the magic or the universe to make it a bestseller or to bring me a publisher. I can put out there that I want it to do well, I want a publisher, etc., but I have to turn it over to the universe. Be thinking about what you can do versus what you need to turn over to the universe. And what you need to turn over to the universe, it knows ASAP. Surrender. Surrender and enjoy the journey. Fellow adventurers, thanks for this opportunity to answer your questions. Please post them below on Facebook and or Instagram on the day of a live broadcast, and your questions could be my talking point in the days that follow. This week, it looks like we're going to be answering a lot of questions on the miraculous mechanics of manifestation. I've already got one lined up for tomorrow. Thanks for the great questions. By the way, these tune-ups are available on a weekly podcast, free podcast. Amazon, Google, not Amazon, Apple, Google. Go check out the link below on Facebook and swipe up on Instagram, and you can get 2 45-minute drops of prior tune-ups delivered to your headphones. Have an amazing week, the best of your life so far. Thanks for this opportunity.